Hello. Oh gosh, what a morning this has been so far. I had everything queued up for my live and the go live button would not work. Now I'm vertical instead of horizontal. And I don't know how to fix that either. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm holding my camera and I'm just gonna stick it out here, I guess, vertically to see. This is the second month in a row we've had a tech issue, and I apologize. I don't know why my go live button would not work, but I see a few people are stopping in. Let me see if I can get my display or my little cell phone holder fixed. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for jumping online with us here today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to show you this collection. And man, I hope that I can get this. I wonder if I can. I don't think midway that I can switch it to a horizontal view. So we'll just deal with the vertical here and go from there. So thanks again for your patience. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my camera mounted into my little mount here. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, we got some people coming in. We got like almost 60 people in the room already. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. Your first one in months, Morgan. That's awesome. Well, welcome. Really happy to have you here. So today we're going to be going over everything shipping from Club Scrap during the month of October, and it's a really sweet theme. This coming collection is called Chocolate, and it is really beautiful. And if you don't eat chocolate or you're allergic to it or something, I promise no calories are included in this kit. You can just get it and use it and enjoy it for everything that it brings to your pages, not even having to do with chocolate. So that's one thing I like about it. I think it has a very European feel, and it would be wonderful for travel, maybe an engagement party or a wedding. I think it'll be beautiful for that. So I'm excited for all of you to see it. Hey, Marion, how's it going in chilly Chicago? It's kind of chilly and cloudy over here too. So we're getting through. And again, I'm sorry, this is vertical. I like to have it horizontal because the pages are wide and not narrow, but for whatever reason, technology was not in my favor again today. So as I mentioned, we're going to be going over the page kit, the card kit, the stamps, and the pops, and everything that's coming. And then I'm also going to be announcing a new class today. So hang on to the very end to find out what's coming from educational department here at Club Scrap, which is kind of me. And see what workshops we're going to be doing toward the end of the month here. So, all right, without further ado, I'm just going to pray this works. I'm going to switch to my ceiling for a moment. And I have to level up my camera a little too. Oh, gosh. Oh, and that worked. Oh, hallelujah. Okay, you're looking at the chocolate page kit right here. And usually I'll start out by showing you what comes. This is the centerpiece. I always call it, it's the pizza in the pizza box, right? Is the paper collection. So we have aptly named a dark chocolate print and a light chocolate print. Okay, we've got dark and light chocolate here. What's your favorite? Mine is dark chocolate, I think. And these are beautiful, and they're featuring just a really classic look, a lot of the French labels, a couple of chocolatey icons, but again, it just has this overall European feel to it. And always, if you love the prints and you want to stock up on a few extras for like other pages and projects, you can buy the prints separately. I see another dark chocolate fan in the room. I love it. Okay, so now let's look at these plain papers. So beautiful. We have, of course, a lovely, nice deep shade of brown in here. And then we have a pink. And I don't always have you listen to the paper, but you can tell by just listening to it how lovely this paper is. And then we have, of course, vanilla. These are a nice heavy weight as well as this beautiful deep red. Again, a gorgeous shade of red here to complement all of this. And I just love the neutrality of this paper collection. So stock up on those plain sheets as well if you're interested. And then we have the cut aparts. These, of course, are filled with border strips and tags, different embellishments that are designed to coincide with the goodies that we've included in the kit. And what I love about these cut aparts is they help you finish your pages quickly and easily. Like when I just work with our page formula, for example, and I just use papers, I still have to come up with some sort of a title or embellishment. And when I have my cut aparts on hand, it helps make quick work of finishing those pages. So again, those two, you can purchase those separately if you want to stock up on some more of those. What do we have for ribbon this month? Well, Craig surprised me with this stunning, this is a 1-inch wide, and the center of this ribbon is satin, and then the two sides are grosgrain. Sometimes we do this in a thinner, but he thought, let's go big or go home on this gorgeous red ribbon here, and I did a lot of fun stuff with this in the collection. So you're gonna love that. And then we have this really sweet pink check. It's a perfect match to the paper, just gorgeous there. And finally, this velvet. It's a nice brown velvet. You don't get to use velvet every month around here, but we thought this would be the perfect month for it. I was so happy that Craig suggested it, and I'm in love with the ribbon in this set. As far as goodies, well, of course we have our photo mats, so a dozen each. 3 brown, 3 pink, 3 vanilla, 3 red. So those are the photo mats. And then we have these cute little wooden labels here. So they kind of look like a pick. And on the bottom of this cut apart, you've got the little circles that coincide with topping off your little wooden labels. How cute is that? We have 2 really cool charms in here. They're a ring, it's a bronze ring. And if you look carefully, there are words going all the way around the perimeter. And this is beautiful when used with some of that wider ribbon that we've included in the kit, and you'll see that on the finished pages. And again, these goodies can also be picked up separately while supplies last. Now check out these little pink pockets. They're so sweet. They're like a suede texture. And then this flap kind of goes down into the pocket here like so. And maybe they're not necessarily designed to hold stuff, but they do look pretty cool when you add like a pick to this. And then we have also on this sheet toward the bottom here, these little bands are designed to fit right onto that flap going across the front of the pocket. How clever is that? And then finally top everything off with some super sweet pearl stickers. There's tons of them in here. They got the small, medium, large, and extra large sizes all across this. These can be fun for your cards as well, so you can pick up extras of those if you like them. Now, as is the case with all of our kits, we have the instruction document, and if you're new around here, just to make sure you know that the link to the assembly video can be found, right on our YouTube page, but also linked as a clickable item right in your page kit instructions. So I'll walk you through all of the paper trimming, and actually, I don't think there is a single scrap. If there was, there would be an X on one of these diagrams, and there's no X. So there are no scraps in the making. No paper was wasted in the making of these 8 layouts, as always. Okay, let's take a look at those pages now. We've got page 1 here, and you can see the use of those pearls. And then, as I mentioned, the bronze ring looks awesome with the ribbon, right? And then I did a row of the different size pearls down at the bottom. And, even though it's a chocolate theme, we did try to make it really broad. So your life is short, make it sweet. You don't need to have chocolate in this picture. I just find pictures that match maybe the color schematic. Those would work great. Calories don't count on the weekend. This fun little tag over here. And if it's not working for you, put a picture on top of it, right? Or you can put a picture over this as well. Here I have a nice big stretch of that beautiful red ribbon across there. On this next one, we're using that pink pocket along with the little label that I mentioned earlier from the cut apart sheet with those cute little pearl stickers on either end. This I just have from the cut aparts placed in there along with that little wooden label. And more label over here along with a tag over on the right featuring that checked ribbon. So fun. Okay, and then here again, using that bronze ring along with the pearls. Plenty of space for your photos on this one. And, just taking that wide ribbon and wrapping a corner, you're using almost no ribbon, but it really adds a gorgeous touch. And then Carpe Cocoa, sees the cocoa. Let's see, yes, with the little pearls on either side. Oh, I did a little trick with my craft knife. Yes, Janet, you need to go to France. Just take a craft knife and go along the edge here and then slide the wooden label in there with the topper that comes from the cut apart. I use my slot punch here. If you don't already have one of those nifty slot punches, it works great for adding a hole in any paper to turn it into a tag. And then finally are the last pink pocket along with the final little wooden label. And then I even use my slot punch to make a slot on either end of this label so I could run the check ribbon across the top of the entire page. Love that. Okay, that is your page kit, my friends. And again, I'm sorry I showed up late for this little big reveal, but I'm glad we got it going. I'm going to set this aside and I'll just show you the page formula of the month. So if you are a member, you will receive a free page formula with your membership information. That comes in an email labeled, I believe it says member exclusive links. A lot of you tell me like, where is this? Well, you check your email, and if you're a member and you receive your monthly renewal, this will come with it. So it just tells you what papers to grab, exactly how to trim them to create this layout exactly. And then you can change it from there, of course, but what I like to do with these formula pages is give you a lot more space for more photos. Of course, the goal being to not be too busy, but yet accommodate a lot of pictures. So that is the gorgeous page formula sample of the month. And now it's time to move on to see what's coming in that card kit. I know you've been liking this more simple and easy to follow card maps lately, so I'm ringing true with that again this month. And to mention that our card kit as well comes with detailed instructions. And again, no paper is wasted in the making of your card since we use all of it. Okay, so let's just go over this ribbon now. We've got a nice, this is a taffeta edged satin. And then we have some red waxed cord. And then this beautiful patterned ribbon in a brown. You get a yard of that too. So beautiful ribbons for your cards. And you're gonna die. These are actual chocolate wrappers. You're gonna get a set of 4 of these. They're really thin and super fun to use. So I'm gonna show you how I use them in the cards. You're going to love it. And let's see, we also have, again, my mission with the card situation is to provide things that are as flat as possible. These are pancake flat. You can just, you can see how flat they are. These are little bronze bands. And they just add a nice frill, I thought, to the cards. Love these, as well as a set of 4 of these super flat, really flat marquee craft tags. Okay, I have a plan for everything that you just saw. Let's take a quick peek at the paper. We've got this gorgeous all over print. It kind of looks like it's metallic gold in a way. I think Jacqueline did a great job of just creating a really elegant all over print for our card kit. And again, if you're a page kit member and you want to pick up a couple of these, you can buy it by the sheet while supplies last. And then of course we have the twosies of the red, vanilla, pink, and brown. And then finally we have the printed cut aparts. And I always like to mention that the cut aparts, I plan these out really carefully. Like I have my graph paper, everything's measured, so it all fits perfectly on your cards, both inside and outside. And but if you prefer to stamp, that's okay. You can just take the cutting map, which is right here by those cut aparts, trim it out of plain paper if you want, or just trim this and stamp on the back side. You can do that too and incorporate your stamps. But I know a lot of you really love the convenience of not having to drag out all of your stamps to be able to create greeting cards. So speaking of cards, let me get rid of this and show you what we're making this month with our nice, easy formulas. I have, starting with the A2. Oh yes, forgot to mention your kit comes with envelopes. I didn't have my envelopes handy. They're ivory this month, just beautiful. Okay, so this is our A2, or in other words, a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch single fold card. It folds at the top. And this is a sentiment a lot of you request often. We did it in the past, we're bringing it back. And this is your fat-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, caffeine-free, peanut-free, carb-free birthday card. I should say calorie-free as well. And there you can see the use of the little tag, and I had Jacqueline design a cute little label for that. So you get 2 of those. And then in the Cookie of Life, friends are the chocolate chips. So thankful for you. Now this could be a birthday card, a thank you card, a thinking of you. I try to keep it as broad as I can. Now, do you all have you ever seen a Toblerone box? I don't know if you know this, they're yellow and then they are a triangular shape. Again, I do love this quote, live in La Vida Coco. And I have my little corner wrap here. And then there's a score line in the middle of this front card panel. So it's a tent card, right? You need a foam adhesive here to pop up this sentiment, but then off to the side, do you see the Toblerone candy box right there? There it is. May your day be filled with hugs, joy, and chocolate. Then I had Jacqueline design a little instruction information. Tuck the bottom edge of the flap against the inner panel to create a tent. This is for your non-crafty friends who don't know what to do with a card like this. We are providing instructions. I can't remember who suggested that we provide that, but that was a great idea, and we ran with it. So I hope you like the little instructions. This one says, how many times do you have to click I accept cookies before they send cookies? I love this. Today calls for something sweet. Again, this could be birthday, thinking of you, you're the best, whatever. Okay, this is where I used the wrapper. So I crumpled it, and then I wrapped it around the bottom of this printed panel, folded over one side, taped it on the back, and it looks sort of like a big old chocolate bar. I thought that was so fun. And again, this is really a thin material, so you don't have to worry about it being overly bulky. And I love that it's red and silver, so it kind of brings in all the colors. Besides chocolate, you're my favorite. Have a sweet day. Again, doesn't have to be birthday, but it can be. If you're really hesitant about what the purpose of the card will be, I suggest putting this in the middle and putting it in the envelope without attaching it. Then if you want to use that sentiment, you can, or you can substitute with a stamped image with the sentiment that you really like. So I love this one. Nobody knows the truffles I've seen. Love this. Okay, here we go. Those are the 4A7 envelope cards. So 5x7 cards, all pretty easy single fold with the exception of one extra score line on that middle set of cards. Now we get to our stamps. These are really fun. So again, since it was a really oft requested stamp, we've got it back on the stamp sheet for you. And then we got some labels, we got some cocoa beans, some really fun quotes. That's a wrap, a really cute one. You know, again, you could use those little foil labels with it. So sweet. Pun intended there. You don't look a day over gorgeous. I just want to have abs. Absolutely more chocolate. And hello darkness, my old friend. Love that too. For my dark chocolate lovers, right? That's perfect. Now we do have another thing you can subscribe to. You can subscribe to the stamps. You can subscribe to the pops, the pack of panels. It's 8 ounces, and I'm showing this to you specifically today so that you are aware that sometimes the pops aren't quite as wide. And that simply is dictated by the source of the paper. I believe this paper came from Europe, and it's a little bit of a different sizing, just like all the European paper sizes. So just so that you know, these are a little bit more narrow, but they're still great for using for card panels and border strips and die cutting and all that stuff. So again, those are the pops, and it's just a great way to be able to have more paper without having to chop up the big sheets. Let's take a look at what Julie made this month, and I have right on the top, probably my favorite item from the set. Okay, so this says that's a wrap. It's a little chocolate gift bar box thing. Isn't that the cutest? She's using ribbon, and she's got that wrapped around there, so you really have to untie it to remove the chocolate bar, and then it could be recycled. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? I'm sure that she is going to tell us exactly how to make this in her blog this month, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to our email notifications so you get those when we publish a new blog. Here's just a fun use of a texture folder along with a label. This is sweet. It's got the often sought quote along with a little border of those cocoa beans. Look at the simplicity of this, and I love it. Hello, darkness, my old friend, with the chocolate shavings and the chocolate bars right there. Little embossing texture in the background. Just a thin little scrap of paper here used to create a fake ribbon with the chocolate in the background too. Love that. Okay, you're gonna love this. Look at this. Isn't that the cutest? She took the brown paper and created a bunch of squares, you know, of one size, and I'm guessing this might be maybe, I don't know, is that 7/8 of an inch and then an inch? Julie's gonna tell you how to make this, and even just the little red or the little silver foil kind of coming off the edge of this. It doesn't, oh, she says 7/8. Okay, there you go. Isn't that cute? Just a nice subtle tone on tone here in the background with you don't look a day over gorgeous. And then here's the one, I just want to have abs. Absolutely more chocolate. Love that innie and outie, as we call them, outie and innie. So my friends, that is the chocolate kit. I really hope you like this super sweet collection. And as promised, before you go, I want to make sure you hear about what we're going to be teaching this month here at Club Scrap. Our friends at One of a Kind, Brian and Carol, they're hosting an event this week, the weekend of the October 27th, Saturday the 27th, I believe. We don't have our time slot yet, but this is the kit. It's an accordion hinge album kit, and it comes with the Riverbend collection, a needle tip applicator, and some black mat board. So this is a new product, and if you kind of like this as a substrate, what's cool about the mat board, it's a little heavier than our craft mat board, but you can still cut it with a trimmer. Now, don't get me wrong, that trimmer works pretty hard to cut this board, but it is a new product that we have available just today. And one thing you need to know is that it's a matte finish, and it's more black on one side. It has some irregularities on the other. That is the way it came from the manufacturer. So I just want you to know that that's what this is like. In this project, the mat board will be completely covered except for a thin part of the perimeter. So let me show you what we're making. A lot of you may have already seen this really cool structure. This is an accordion hinge book. So what's nice about this is that you don't have to sew anything. I know my friend Cindy is celebrating right now that there's no stitching involved in this project. And I use the mat board to both add heft and protect the book. So I've got it attached to both the first and last pages. And then I'm also using the mat board to add a little dimension to my embellishment on the cover. And then with this particular hinge binding, this piece of folded paper here and this binding strip holds the page in the book. Really cool. And then you can use all of the other embellishments that come in your kit to help decorate the pages. Got some fun things going on here. This little pop-up with the little fish in between. Now, what you have to keep in mind here, though, I just want to say this right up front. I had a friend who made a bunch of these, but she loaded them with like 100 pictures. So you have to be careful not to overload this book. So what I would encourage you to do is once it's embellished, add a picture to each page. It's going to hold a lot of pictures, right? But don't go crazy, all right? Because we don't want this to start fanning outward. Just make sure that it's still, these maintain two parallel lines, okay? So I had a little fun with the instructions that come with the project. I think I just did this yesterday morning, and I made one with the chocolate kit. So as with all of our Club Scrap projects, the template dictates the fact that you can, once you've made the Riverbend version, you can then recycle the instructions to create yet another fun little accordion hinge album with another page kit of your choice. And again, this was with the chocolate kit, of course, too. So isn't that fun, right? Love it. Okay, so that again is happening on the 28th and the end. Bring them on video. Okay. I'm getting all these messages. This is nice. I can, on the Ivy Reisner asks, are the instructions sold separately? And yes, and they will be available on the 27th of October. If you go to our blog related to this project, I think you'll be able to pick them up there on that date. Karen, I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be a good time. So pick up those instructions. They are very thorough and extremely simple to follow. I think you're going to be surprised. I have an hour and 15-minute teaching slot for this class, and I think it's going to be like more like an hour and 10. Okay, and that's with me really going through all the steps and taking my time. So it should be a really doable project. The one thing about that project you need to know is that we're going to be using a craft knife and cutting mat. So practice your craft knife skills if you're not real confident, and I'll give you some tips for that as well. Oh yes, Karen says the instructions will be available closer to the event. So I'd love to have you join me there on the 28th, and that's going to be really close to our next spoiler. So make sure you're getting our emails and reading them to find out when we're going to be online next, and I'll try to get all my technical things figured out to why I don't know why I couldn't go live horizontally today, but hey, whatever works. We're here, we're together. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I can't go a month without thanking my amazing team here at Club Scrap. I've got everyone in the front office. I got Kristen working hard on IT, everyone in production, procurement, fulfillment. I've got an amazing staff, and I'm not going to name them because I might forget somebody. And of course, Jacqueline Designing. Oh my gosh, I named her. Oh, okay. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again for our next monthly spoiler and all the workshops in between. I'll see you soon.